Hi. I think we're finally finishing Slime Rancher 2. Even though we're starting the stream like however many hours late because I went to go put my phone on charge, I guess I didn't plug it in properly or maybe the cable's shot. And it hasn't... it didn't charge, which is why we're now like 3 hours late. I slept well though. But as a quick catch up, I need to quickly explain plans for next week actually, because stream schedule next week is going to be a little bit mangled, kind of like this week, but this week was partially down to technical issues and partially down to work. There is no stream on the Friday. There might be a stream on the Saturday. There will be a stream on the Sunday. And there's a stream on the Thursday. Friday, definitely nothing. Unless I decide to do a demo or something very short during way earlier than the 7 PM that we would normally do things. There we go, we covered that. When my brain engages better later, I'll be able to explain why, and when and what and everything else, but for now, This coffee is not hitting me hard enough. But we'll wake up, it's fine. Especially when I start to get powered by... I wonder how many people have noticed the reference I left in the last Slime Rancher 2 thing over on YouTube. I don't think a lot of people are going to catch the reference. They're all going to see the chapter headings and be like, wow, why has he got a chapter called Rage? Anger, even. But Cass, hello, hope you're having a good day. A good weekend. Cass says, nope, the notification didn't work and the button is set to get notifications, so they're giving up, and they'll just keep me open from the morning like they do with Hosty. Also, congratulations on the 7 stream streak, and you're getting Battlefield 6 next month, so it's all good news. Ooh. See? You gained Battlefield 6, you lost the ability for Twitch to do basic functions. It's all balancing out. Speaking of balancing things out, I need to be a lot more optimistic this time around with Slime Rancher 2. I have done grinding. I didn't make every drone I could. In fact, there's 2 drones that I didn't make that I probably should have made, but we got some things we can do. There's also a Gordo that I found that I never fed, so we need to go feed that Gordo. But for the quick catch-up, we have now obtained access to this place, the Grey Labyrinth, the bane of my existence, and grinding central. So, the thing that killed a lot of my enthusiasm last time, I'm pretty sure, is just the amount of grind here, and the fact that it doesn't feel like a Slime Rancher game necessarily. I am now not really doing any ranching. I am just running around shooting things to gain plots to then throw them into other things that take... I've found this out, by the way. Anywhere from 25 to 100 shadow plots. And there doesn't seem to be an indicator as to which one is what. So, for example... Or at least I say 100. I don't think we ran into a 100 last time, but I could be wrong. But, if we go to utilities, you can see I'm basically limited by cash at this point, and wild honey for doing more drones. But for nullifiers, I am pretty good. I think we're going to try to make 5, which requires me to do 2 trips to the Grey Labyrinth Shadow Plots. We also have a bunch of call messages that I haven't read, so we will be doing that. But first, I need to carry... Oh, you also may notice I now have 60 as my capacity as opposed to 50. I got an upgrade. And we're going to be firing chickens this time because look how many of them there are. Look at all those chickens. To reuse that joke. Cass says Twitch is a small indie company. Oh, the way they act, they really are. Some of the things they've done recently are, I would say very questionable. That would be downplaying the severity of it. Outright atrocious, I think is the best way to put it. I like how I'm going to basically be firing 60 birds. Yep, that will do. Get rid of these birds. So yes, everything I need is somewhere. Do I have... I have a refinery link. Okay, cool. I'm also going to bring slumber plots with me because I found out that the best fuel for drones is Hyper, Twin, and Slumber. Which sort of makes sense. It's not the best, but the best I think is Gold Plot, then Shadow Plot, then these three. But these three I can actually farm and ranch. So that's why all the drones have like stupidly high amounts of energy, and they probably... this one might. The rest of them probably won't degenerate and run out of battery while we play. This one might as well. But that's fine. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go get some thunderclocks, we're going to go feed this Gordo, and then we will figure it out from there. The ranch hasn't really had much of an overhaul since the last stream. The most I've done is I've actually started to use the area we put the sabers into. I am letting the thunderclocks functionally free roam. You can tell that we're letting them do that because of the frame drop just then. I'm surprised you guys aren't hatched. There's some more of those in there. Let's see, let's take this as well. Take you as well. Take you. Now, you might wonder, how did I make these? Pretty sure I just saw you. Yep, you're all jumping out. This is what I hate about the hypers, is they are absolutely... The hypers, I feel like, are as dangerous to ranch, or as annoying to ranch, as... That's the wrong enclosure. They're as annoying to ranch as the quantum slimes are. So... I don't really care much for these guys, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I used Advanced Gordo Snare and then fed it Thunderclocks, so... That's why we now have a bunch of sabers. God, I hate hyper slimes. Welcome to Chicken Valley, by the way. Home to all my chicken needs. This entire area is going to tar itself, but we'll deal with that when we deal with that. Part of the reason why we put hyper slimes by there is so that it's a little bit more difficult for them to jump off the side and drown themselves in the slime ocean. Which is something that they kept trying to do over in this area. I think the only way you could probably get a... decent chance at getting hyper slimes to not be a giant pain to farm is to do hyper slumbers or hyper angular and hope that they crowd control themselves into a loop. Basically it. there's not a whole lot else you could reasonably do. I probably should have used the other portal entrance, but at the same time, I don't really care. You're coming with me, Yolky Slime. We're going on an adventure. I'm going to show you a completely different land, and it's going to scare and confuse you, but you will be king in the land of the frozen wastes. Cass says you can snare Gordos? Huh, cool. I don't care about Strange Diamond. That's a really weird thing for me to admit. But I don't. Anyway, to actually finish my thought. I remember mentioning both Slime Rancher 1 and Slime Rancher 2, like, when would you ever really need to get Gordos attracted to do anything? Outside of, like, hey, I really want to have one specific type of slime hybridized with another specific type of slime. But both of them are a pain to go get. Well, it is an absolute frustration to go all the way to the frozen, especially the path I've taken. To go all the way to the frozen place? Am I even going the right? I am going the right way now. It's in there. Anyway, it's such a pain to get over to where the Saber Slimes are naturally, that to get Saber Slime mixed with anything else that you want, a little bit easier to just throw a Thunderclock on a Gordo snare. And then you have to, as far as I can tell, you can't just run around, leave the farm, come back, do whatever. You have to then go to sleep to the next day. And then you might get the Gordo you want. The Master Snare will always give you the Gordo for the favorite food you put in. Whereas the Advanced one is, it is more likely to get the one for the one you've put in. However, it is not guaranteed. You may end up with another one that eats that type. So for the Thunderclock, for example, the first one I put down, I got a Boom Slime. The next two I put down, both with Gordo Sabers. I actually need to try to remember how to navigate this place. Especially since it's not, you know, magical rainbow time. Really proud of this placement, by the way. This placement right here gets every single resource possible in the winter. So you know what, while we're here, this will get me Sunsap, it will get me the Frost, the Snowballs, it will get me the Fossils. It gets me everything I could possibly need. Right, and the Gordo is up there, I think. I just don't really remember how you're supposed to get up there. But we have a jetpack and I have the power of spite, so I will find a way. Like dinosaurs in life. Unless I get stuck, in which case I'm going to lose everything I've worked towards. I need to land on you. Kaz says Yoki Slime is best slime. I love the guy. He looks like a Haribo sweet. I think that might be the reason why I like him the most. Because he reminds me of Haribo. Look at that. Oh yeah, there's an actual, like, jet we could have used. Anyway. Actually, hold on to the Thunderclaps. Do you teleport all the way to the bottom of the Ember Isle? So you're telling me that you have two portals and they're both a little bit of a pain to get to. I really love that for you. I don't care about Radiant Ore. Right, so now that we've done that, the focus is now entirely on hey, let's go get some shadow plots. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm pretty sure I've streamlined everything I need to do and worry about outside of shadow plots. So this may end up being like a 2-hour stream, 3-hour stream. Because other than shadow plots, the only thing I have to worry about is Prismacore. Is there an upgrade I want? Oh right, I need Royal Jelly and then Prismacore, so that Royal Jelly I'm pretty sure I can only get from the Dreamland section of the Grey Labyrinth, which is where the next drone is going to go. But also, if I see the ending credits, then we're not touching this again until they release extra content, and I decide to come back to this at some random point. It is wild to me that the first half of this game was really fun, I really enjoyed it, and then basically the Grey Labyrinth section has just massacred my hopes and dreams. I could go for you, I could go for you, but I see this group over by here, and I know I can bully them. Oh yeah, as part of my, I'm not gonna farm slimes until, sorry, shadow slimes until we're on screen, I don't have the upgrade that would make this go faster, because we need the money for it. So we're gonna do this a little bit. Just a little bit. While I wait for more resources to generate in, and then we're just going to sell a whole lot of everything. See, Thunderclock chickens are a lot easier to find them out missing plots. Nope. The only thing I have to worry about is the fact these guys count as food, but the fact they count as food and not a plot means I don't have to worry about tarring anything by accident. Okay. I now have enough to go back. We can make one of those extractor things. I can then make some money. We can get the double shadow plot when I hit them thing. It's going to be okay. It's all going to be fine. I'm going to go this way. I need so much money. I need so much money. That Shadow Sure Shot module, it's going to make everything go so much faster. Problem is that we will be like going back and forth. But part of the reason why I'm here is you may have noticed very quickly back at the ranch that we had a pad that is not active. That's because I have made a two-way portal. So I can go straight from the... Where do I want to take it? You know what? In 2 minutes, we'll have a portal link going from there to... from our home, straight to the Grey Labyrinth. So I might as well use this time to go hunt down more shadow slimes. Or I could do some Prismacore. No. I mean, I could, but no. No, we're here anyway. Okay, so the area isn't really that prismatic right now, which is a huge shame, because that means I'm not really going to be able to get any Prisma plots. I literally just sucked you back into my inventory and I took no damage. It's an exercise in futility, I swear. Have fun. Nice, warm, and toasty. Are you finished? 20 seconds. Might as well. Never mind. Never mind. Or just let those chickens cook. I have a new message. Oh, yeah, that's right. You probably should read the messages. Hi, Victor. Giving me another gift. Blue teleporter. You're giving me another one of a tree. How nice. You're giving me little tree, basically. Giving me grass. Hey, Bob! Thank you for the rocks. Okay. We need to make money. And I probably need to get rid of all these chickens. Is it utility? It is utility. 1,000 each. I want to make 5, 6. We'll see. My best money is going to be... I'm not sure. Can you tell that I sold a whole bunch of bat plots recently? I know we're gonna have to go this way anyway, just to quickly touch into the room, so then it generates and the word. Simulates. There we go. We stepped in. Here are my Hyper Twin Lagos who are fully fed. And now all of the woods. All of the woods. All of the plots will now be simulated and put into the refinery as if they'd been done all along. Okay. I need to make so much money. I completely didn't consider the fact that I would need money. Give me my 33 flame plots. Marwol, how do you know it's 33? Because there's 11 flame slimes. And that means that there has to be 3 each. So we get at least 11, and then they generate a few more after that, but I don't care about the few more. Just gonna hoover these all up like the spirits in Luigi's Manor? Luigi's Mansion, not Manor. Cass's fan favorite character, Bob. He really is the best character. There's no competition. Whoever decided to come up with 3 slimes in a trench coat deserves a raise. Right, let's see how quickly I can raise a lot of money. I need to basically raise another 12,000. That's the bit that's gonna suck. The upside is we have a market link here, so it's pretty quick for me to just take 60, and then we just run over to the market link I have. We hold down the button and we generate money. But as I say, the other problem is, and I kind of wish this quality of life thing was added, I have 2 spare containers and no way to fill them with just bat quartz. Oh, this might not have all the money. I hope it would. We might need to use the saber slimes. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the saber slimes involved. Which is basically going to be trying my absolute best to feed them all. And then... oh god. They've breached containment. Where? For you to have done that, you needed to have tarred somehow. Fine. Isn't there an upgrade I can get where it's like... no, it's for the plants, it's not for the chickens. There's no scary thing here. You have 60 slumber, thank you very much. What do I mean by get the sabers involved? I'm just going to come over here. And we're going to use that link by there to store saber plots and also carry saber plots and then sell the whole set. How did you get out? Oh, I guess it was I guess it was Slumber got out, and then... really? They're both that energetic? Man, that was a bad combination. Oh, it's a waste of money, but I need to make sure this is fine. I will come handle this area at some point. When I don't have to deal with all these. Yeah, this is okay. These 3 stacks of 60, well, it's more than 60, isn't it, because of the link we just used. should bump me into 10,000. Kat says, how to know if you can trust someone? If their favorite slime rancher is Bob, they can always be trusted. Exactly. Bob is a great litmus test. If you go, that's 3 slimes in a trench coat, I go, I don't think can be left unattended. I think you always require parental supervision, because there's no way Bob is 3 slimes in a trench coat. Bob is Bob. Man, it's such a shame that that one area is such a difficult area to ranch. I think it's because of the slime the base slime being, well, it doesn't even matter what the base slime is, but because they're sabers, and sabers are pretty jumpy as it is. Are you telling me sabers really tanked that hard so fast? I barely put any saber in. Saber is the same as honey right now. Speaking of which, there's also these slimes here that I could handle. I might as well sell everything. If I had the spare drone, I'd put one here and tell it to sell everything. Didn't even occur to me I probably should have picked up the tabby slimes while we're here. The only profitable part of this is these guys over here, and them getting out isn't too big of an issue because we have so much food everywhere, it's going to be fine. Because they'll immediately just start eating and that will slow them down. Daylight's about to arrive in 20 minutes anyway. Tabby plots are functionally worthless. Bat plots are in the floor. Bat plots are with less than pink plots. That should probably be a great indicator of how much I've wrecked the economy. While I'm here. Did you just make another one when I turned away? You did. Okay, the 5 are still in there. These guys tend to have pretty expensive plots, but I think only because I tend to forget they exist, so I don't destroy the market with them as much. I need to go use a quantum drone as well, so that we have definitely got the resources out of the quantum space. How are we doing for quantum space? Yeah, we're doing really good except for wild honey. Maybe I should have set it to only generate wild honey rather than all resources. Okay, that should be enough money. So first, the shadow upgrade. Hooray! Now we get double the plots. Next. Thank you for making a nullifier. Set that to my favorites. Time to, I want to go change that drone so it only generates wild honey, which means we're not going to take my quick link. We're going to go in via the dream, and then, oh boy. I'm gonna have to go through Dream and then navigate the pipe area to... I really do like making things complicated myself, don't I? Couldn't just be straightforward and simple. No, that'd be too easy. That'd be far too easy. But hey, I can potentially get 120, 240... Let's call it... I can potentially get 280 shadow plots in total here. As long as I keep using the refinery link to, you know... As long as I keep using the refinery link to, you know. In case you don't know, I use the refinery link and we keep dumping the plots in, and then we go somewhere else. Hence, you know. Hi, I'm gonna change this. Specifically get wild honey. Thank you. Now, if I wasn't carrying cargo, I would absolutely throw myself into slow motion so I could just use the teleport link, but I am carrying 166 things. That's not how we do it, Marwol. Now, you might also go, Marwol, if you're carrying 166 things, you double that, you get 332. Correct, but you also assume I'm going to hit every single shot, and I think I've proven in both this and Battlefield 6 that I cannot hit every single shot. By the way, speaking of which, the SV98, ever since I've taken the sights off of it, and I run it like a Car 98K, or like a Mosin, or like anything like that, I'm suddenly doing so much better with it. Like, it's surprising how much better I'm doing with it. We're going to try to bully the shadow slimes over here first. Okay, so we didn't do amazing there. We hit 6 times. We might be able to get this on pure number down here. Oh, that was a really good run. Part of my issue as well is the really nice area we like to use for shadow plot farming in the magma corridor just did not want to give me a good number of slimes. Wait for 1 minute. Gonna sip some coffee while we wait for this to, you know, unlock. That is some really decent coffee. We're at 441 for twin plots. That's insane. Actually, while that activates, do I have a nearby shadow slime? I'm definitely pulling them into you and you're not going anywhere with it. Those cherries were going through it, I swear. So I'm not insane. The hit registration on them really is a bit forked. If they're gonna stop giving me shadow plots, they should also just immediately despawn. These ones on my right are going to despawn as well because we've activated them by running near them. See? Do I have any other nice ones over here? Nope. Okay. It is time to move to the magma. Why can't I see my timers? There are my timers. Oh, because I had to rearrange my whole window, that's why. Aha, that would do it. So we've been at this for 40 minutes. We have one revealer, which I said at the end of the last stream, I want to go put that by the gateway that links the... What is it, the terrarium? Yeah, the terrarium to Dreamland. That way we can just easily hop through there. Which is also why I put the pink gateway by there, because we can hop from magma to terrarium, and then terrarium straight to Dreamland. The only one that's going to be an issue is this place, but we can also get to this pretty quick in and of itself because of its proximity to the portal we use to get into the Twilight Lands, whatever it's called. Still not seeing any more shadows. So I'm hoping we get a whole load, like, literal tides and tides of shadow slime over in the magma. That's not gonna happen here, though. Unless any enterprising slimes want to give me a plot. No. Why have them on timers? Also, I'm not insane, right? The unstable plots look very similar to food. It's 14. We're getting somewhere with these. But yeah, unstable plots to me look like some other things that I don't want. I also kind of wish every plot made was a Prisma, but that would just make it broken and fun and quick and enjoyable, so... Instead, we have to feed them a specific thing that's prismatic, and then, sorry, unstable, stabilize it, and then we're good to go. Which is why I don't care too much about getting these. Because I get the idea is I'm supposed to then carry the unstable things, feed them to slimes. Here we go, 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 here we go. Hi, yes, I greatly love not having my things collide. Huge fan. Said optimistic, Marwol. We need to be more optimistic. Maybe it's the cherries. Maybe the cherries are the problem. This way. No point going for them. They'll all just fall down. Kaz says the only thing we don't want to have collision are the recon drones. Yep. Maybe the developers behind Slime Rancher 2 could get in touch with the developers who are working on the recon drone for the Battlefield 6. Maybe they can get together and they can swap ideas. I now have 2 chickens that don't exist. Oh, there's one. No idea where the other one went. This area is prismatic, but I don't really care. Oh, it just turned all my chickens into... Fine. There's so many nuisances. Wait, no, not only am I going to do this, I then have to... There we go. And that's gone. So I now have 7... I have 6 unstable prismatic plorts, but I don't have a gateway to use them through. At least I have 60 shadow plorts. There it is. Let's think about the net positives, right? The positive. I think we're about to find out how useful this is. Do I have to power you or something? Oh, you have to be very close to it. Okay. Do I need more than one? Okay, yeah, you do. But hey, we have a link through here now. Okay. Since we are here... we got a gateway. I want to go up here. I want to put the refinery by here. And we might as well look around to see if we can find any royal jelly. Which we're probably not because, you know, we're in the middle of a prismatic event. But we can have a look around while it happens. Except the fact that the one gateway I could get to is being blocked off by... who designed this? Be positive, Marwol, be positive. I'm positive all my plots are gonna vanish. I can't even get to that. I'm gonna have to land here and then hook around. At least we have 34. The only issue is I don't see royal jelly anywhere, but that doesn't mean there's none. Could just be, I guess, could have come here. It could just be somewhere else. You know, maybe it's on a different tree. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm not seeing anything. What I am seeing, however, is that the ads are arriving in about 50 seconds. I bet you this is gone. Ooh, it's not. I would have lost that bet. Do I need the Prisma plots for an upgrade? Yes, I need them with the royal jelly to be able to have 70 tank capacity. But I also need to give them to GG. So, guess which one of these matters more? The whole 10 extra tank capacity, or getting whatever it is GG wants, or GG is going to give me. Always nice to see a shadow slime just randomly appear on my right side. And that my chicken's now stuck there. Let's go see what GG wants to give me this time. I think we have enough. Oh right, there's also loads of shadow slimes on the way to GG. Sorry, for a second I thought I didn't pick up the refinery link, but we did. I'm smart. Where's my next group of... There they are. I can hit them once, and then they'll just eject themselves into the clouds. Nice. Okay, there's another group of shadows up ahead. I'm not dealing with that. We'll put the refinery link down inside of Gigi's place. So then I can head back towards Magma and maybe get a few more shadows on the way. Never mind. Arbitrarily just put it by there. We got more midnight coins, and in 13 more Prisma I get a drone. There's no way, right? Does that look like a giant sprinkler to you? Like a shower head? Am I going to have to fight a tar in this? Or the tar, I should say. Hooray! How many are we at? 165. We can go just make nullifiers. Any shadow plots I collect now, I'm pretty sure we can just use for unlocking more things. Case in point, I need a nullifier here. Actually, it might be very naive of me to think that really all I need is the shadow balls we've collected. I might need way more. Cal says, yep, looks like a giant shower head to them. See, glad I'm not going insane on that front. Right, we can restock the chickens here. Against my better judgment, we'll just fire that chicken there. Look at that, I got 7 and 6. What a way to date that meme. $14 wild honey. I get out to farm money again, but we could potentially get another drone. Alright, Victor, give me a toy. Give me a flag, I guess. Let's go do what I actually really like doing in the Grey Labyrinth, which is exploring. Ooh. Ooh. I also think the cherry hitbox might be, like, considerably smaller than the chickens. I think I might be right. I think the cherry hitbox being really small is also not helping. I need to use a bigger item like chickens. How do I 35? There should be another one. Not sure where that one went. Yeah, the one I'm missing is actually going to annoy me a little bit. Where is it? Where are you? Where is this mysterious hidden shadow plot? Who knows? Only the great slime god in the slime ocean can tell me. And, he's been pretty quiet ever since I called him, weird. Where was I going? Oh, right, we're going to the tower. Okay. That was a really good run. Since I'm here. Might as well shoot a few tar. Those tar over there, they can live. They're not near me, they're not my problem. How much more? 15 seconds! That's okay. Just wait for the refinery to open. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Send it, send it, send it, send it! And then since it's already deployed, we might as well... I haven't... Oh, I guess the cherries. Okay, where am I going from here? It's under here, right? And then I guess we run around and we try to find other not doors. which is going to be kind of hard to do considering this area is prismatic. So everywhere's going to have that weird shimmer to it. I need to wait for the prismatic to move. Ah! That one was bumping through my face just then, and we still didn't manage to hit that with any cherry I fired. Wait, can I go down here? No. Maybe I shouldn't have been so distracted by the thing, because I don't know what that did. I'm gonna fire these shadow plots into that refinery. In fact, while we wait for that refinery to deploy... I don't think there are any easy to access shadow slimes this way. Let's... Oh, 2 plots I didn't collect. 2 more plots I didn't collect. I don't know if I'm supposed to jump into that weird surface or not. But we're gonna find out. It's not too difficult to get back here anyway. No. Let's get some more chickens. Trying to think of what I want to do here. Obviously we have to go back, so let's go back. Actually, is there anything... Oh, the shadow market's only active at night, never mind. We have to go find the doors. I guess there are buttons we have to push. I don't quite know what the buttons do. I should have been watching the map rather than getting shadow plots. Woe before me for trying to get that grinder. You gave me 1. So they don't always give you 2. This has nothing of value in it. Oh, I am got in water because of the fall. Let's see, where else did we find a weird mirror door? Fake door. What are we gonna call it? Gel wall, because it moves away like gel. I'm gonna shoot you guys, I don't care. That is the biggest crime this game has, is it's made me apathetic to most of the mechanics of this zone. I need to get to the base of the tower anyway so I can get my refinery back. I'm really scrambling my brain to try and figure out what I want to do, where I want to go. Nothing's coming to mind. Let's deposit these first. I think we have a better look around inside. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't have got rid of the refinery thing. I don't know what it did, honestly. Maybe I'm supposed to fire, like... Maybe prismatic ports are supposed to be fired into that? Let's see if there are any others here. We need to move our way over to Dream anyway. And Pipe. I'm going to start stockpiling shadow plots so we can hopefully open the little shortcut that leads from Pipe to anywhere else. Is there a slime door? No, there's not a slime. Slime door doesn't quite fit either. What name? What name? What name? What name? Maybe we could call it the... Quantum door? No, quantum door doesn't fit either. Hey, you're just chilling. I'm gonna let you chill. This just leads to the up area, but I want to go check if there's anywhere near the portal. that we could use our thing for, but it's prismatic. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. GG told us that the shadow slimes turn up wherever the area that isn't prismatic. How am I seeing shadow slimes in a prismatic area? GG, are you just lying constantly? I think she's lying constantly. Okay, there might be a shimmer door. We're going to go. My ability to speak English is very quickly disappearing. We're going to go with shimmer door. I am also in completely the wrong place to start doing this. Cass says, quick, ask her if she likes Bob. I don't like GG enough to even consider the idea that she might be trustworthy. She could have all the answers to the universe, but the fact that she lied to me about the shadow slimes is enough for me to not think she's trustworthy. At all. Because I explicitly remember, unless I'm misremembering how she said it, she said that the shadow slimes don't appear in areas that are being affected by the weird harmonic convergence, whatever term is that she uses for the prismatic areas. But those chickens are going to get turned into unstable chickens. Maybe not all of them. Okay, have a look around here. It might just be one door per area, in which case we'll have a thorough look through the Dreamland. See if there's a button there. If it is one per area, that makes this a bit quicker. That's the door that links this through, which is where we're going to go first. So then I can see how many more shadow slimes I need. Shadow plots. Functionally the same thing. We're at 46. I think I put about 20 to 30 in there to begin with. So we need to go this way to the left. Oh, I think I remember where the shimmer door is for this place. It's there. Unless there's also one over here, but we'll look at that later. Okay. Keep on running. Forget how we link through. Oh, it's just like this. Okay. I think the shadow door is... Right, we have to go through the maze. At least the maze is pretty. Really? Well, I guess it opens up this. Does it? Wow, you can make a shortcut. That makes all the... I have put no shadow plots into this door. The upside is, it looks like we're going to get it open pretty quick. Hi, you liar. I was about to say, there is no way you're going to make this a one-way area. So it leads up to here. Then you have to boost. And then that leads up again. I want to finish with the dream area first before we hit pipe. Nothing over here. So let's head towards... I actually think it's a good idea to go check this out before we go and head towards where I'm 99% sure there's a door. The reason being, there could be a door over here that I need. And thankfully the doors are a little bit obvious. Oh, royal jelly. Royal jelly comes in 3s. It's not 1. Make it make sense. Someone make it make sense. The royal jelly is required for this upgrade as a 1. Similar to how how sun cap was a 1, now it's a 2. Or that the diamond... The diamond here is a 3, but you only get 1 diamond at a time. How is the royal jelly coming in groups of 2 and 3, but also seems to have like the same quote rarity count, use count, as the much rarer, much harder to find diamond or sun cap? And the sun cap, I'm pretty sure, can only spawn at certain times of day. There's another one here as well. Six royal jelly. Pretty sure I only found like 2 sun cap at most, naturally. Someone make it make sense. And before someone says, oh, maybe it's this area's unique material, like the magma comb is for the magma zone, or the aquaglass is for the pipe dream, or the pipe area, my immediate counterpoint is this place has a different material that I haven't collected, which is the... Do I have it available to see? No. Dream Bubble. And that one I need 10 of in order to make something. So that one to me would be the common material that is everywhere. And yet... Okay, this is another area with a hanging chandelier. Chickens. Ah! I see. I need to shoot this. That's also where you got all the shadow slimes here. So in the tower, we just have to shoot it. So pushing the button probably made it descend. So in that case, I'm also probably right in saying there is one per area. So there's one bell here, we've rung it. There's going to be one bell here. There's going to be one bell somewhere here, who knows where. One terrarium, and then we know where the bell is here. Again, I don't know what happens when we ring all the bells. Ring my bell, ring my bell. That's probably the worst rendition I could ever do of that song. I apologize so much. Please don't sue me, MCM or whoever it is that owns that. I'm just a small-time streamer in a small-time streamer's world. Also, probably should. Definitely should use the resource. No. Let's actually try to open up one of these areas with the, or open up a thing with the shadow plots. Not necessarily the next one I find, although I do remember there's one up here that I think is like a 75, and I think we put a good amount of, you know, plots into it to begin with. I keep saying, you know, all of a sudden. I'm sorry, that sort of becomes like a vocal thing for when my brain stops working. As opposed to saying, all the time. This looks like it could be a door, but it's not shimmering. Wow. Go me. I need to hope those slimes inside don't disappear. Because this is a 100 plot. finally did it. I actually am not too upset about the fact that's a 100 plot door, since we just gained all these plots here for functional free. This is an interesting place. I think we now know where I'm going to come for shadow plot farming. Oh, Dream Bubble. Okay, Mr. 100 Shadow Plot item, what do I need to use for you? I'm gonna leave this open. What do I need to use for you? Or what do I get from you for 100? It better be good. If you give me a decoration, I'm never doing one of these again. The regen module. $10 Prisma, 10 Aquaglass. Increases my energy regen by 15%. Oh, right, I can buy these on the Shadow Market, too. I'll do the Nullifier somewhere else. So, now I need to collect Prismas. I mean, I probably should have done that earlier, but again, GG gives me coins to buy the upgrades, so the question now is, do I start stockpiling Prisma plots and split them, or do I just give them to GG until GG stops giving me fun things, and then we figure it out from there? Okay. Let's find the bell here. We're gonna have to go through this entire place. It's a small place, admittedly. We've gone through this place normally so many times, and I don't actually think I remember whether I've seen a door. So we're gonna go in reverse. And we're gonna keep our eyes, our peepers peeled. For, oh, please. Please, somebody eat vegetables. Give me them plots. Again, the game has decided that I am not allowed to have nice things. Up there, up there, up there. Okay, we have enough to get the, well, plot-wise, to get... I'm going to put the refinement by here. I need to finish a cohesive thought for once, Marwol. We now have enough plots of the Prisma variety to get the regen upgrade, which is huge. Apologies. However, we don't have the Aquaglass, but we need to go check through the Pipe Dream area anyway. So we'll do that. Whenever you're ready, Refinery. Whenever you're ready. I'm hearing it. Oh, it's the black indigonium. Indigonium, not indigonium. Indigo. Indigo. No, this one. This one. And this one. Okay, peepers peeled, people. We are looking for a door. A door like this one. Bell? Bell! I probably shouldn't be doing that. So what I should do, I should go get more chickens. Don't have to come back there. Since we did the bell here, let's... I'm gonna leave the bell in the central area for last. That means the only area we still have to do is the pipe dream. We have to go over there for resources anyway. So what we'll do is we'll run through pipe dream, we'll get 10 glass, and then we will go make a regen module. It's occurred to me that while I'm sucking up my hens, I can, if the slimes are too close to me, start swinging them around like a mace. Apologies for the motion sickness that's going to cause, but I can swing them around like a mace, and any shadow slimes who are flying towards me might then give me more plots because they're getting hit by everything flying around. This may be a flawed thing, it might be a case of confirmation bias of me thinking that's how this is working out, but I need to get my hens back somehow. And if it does happen to work, then it's an upside, so... Pipe dream door could be in so many places, and I think pipe dream is the most annoying place to navigate, so we'll leave this one. But I will put down a nullifier here so we can go get some more shadow ports. It's not going to give me any shadow plots because we have to, I guess, leave the entire biome and then... or the entire labyrinth and then come back, or just wait. We will see closer to the time. Zoom! What? Oh, the portals. Right, yeah, the twin slimes like to make portals. The other upside to going back to try to do the regen is I can also make money. I might tell my... oh, what do I want to do? My quantum drone that's feeding me all the resources I needed to make all the projectors, I might tell that to actually feed them into a market link, because that will give me a lot of money. How do you want to investigate this area? Let's put my hand in the right position on the keyboard so I'm not hitting the wrong buttons. Damn it. I mean, everything here is tightly compressed enough that we can easily get Prismacore here. I say easily, and then we start running out of ports. That's a good 26. I'm going to... Oh, you pain. You absolute pain. Get out of my inventory. The next one's over here, really? I don't know where that other Prisma went. I don't see another... There's a Prisma. I don't see another ring area, so we're just gonna... Hey, thank you. I was gonna say we're just gonna run for it, but... Okay, is this a door? Yes. It's the exact door I need as well. We haven't really found any aqua glass. Which, that's on me. We sort of found the door a bit too quick. I know what it looks like. It looks like sea brine with a recolor. This. 2. 5. We need 5 more. The regen upgrade, I think, is going to be worth it. So let's get the resource. Oh... That's not actually. Crazy thought. Really insane thought. What if we don't? What if, instead, we go back, we hand this in, I set my drone to make money, and then we get a new quantum drone. Don't fall down. We tell the quantum drone... No, we get a new quantum drone. Let's finish my original thought. New quantum drone, put it in that biome so it generates those aqua crystals. Or whatever this is. Aqua glass. And then... Hear me out. Then we'll be able to generate the resources we need for that upgrade and presumably the other one as well. Which is going to be probably, I think... We get out to sleep for the shadow market, but... It'll probably be really useful. While we're here, I need to go to you, the quantum cloud, and I need you to send all this to the refinery. Thank you. Same for this. I really wish this would speed up so it doesn't go by 5, but instead you could just do max. How do I have 6 royal jelly in my quantum cloud? That's not the refinery link. I can tell it's not the refinery link because there's no plots here. How do I have 6 royal jelly? Does it rarely spawn in the magma zone? That's the only other... I have it there, and I have it in the central area, but the central has never given me royal jelly. Apparently I've got 8. I put some in myself, haven't I? Directly to the refinery. How? I guess I am generating royal jelly, so yeah, the next one is going to go down in the aqua glass zone. Oh, do I have any magma comb there? Yeah, I got some. What was I going to do? Alright, we're going home. Cass says that idea is crazy, and no. Crazy though, but it might work. See? We're gonna have to find out. We have to commit a science. Alright. Gonna walk through all the flutter slimes and not think about the Gordo it made me pop. Don't do it, don't think of that Gordo. So I need to take the market link out of that cave, put it in the seashore. I'm literally coming up with these names off the top of my head. Can you tell? And then we just tell it to do plots into there as opposed to plots into refinery. It's going to take a little hot minute for it to figure out that, you know, we've done this. Good. And we're not really going to get much of an income right away, although what I could do is sleep constantly so that time passes and we have fun. Some fun, at least. I could turn it into an infinite money machine, kind of, if I put a second drone there to just throw food in. And the other drone takes plots and sells them. These guys still fed? Yeah, they still have food. It's one too many. I might need to wait for this to activate. While I do that, I'm going to take these candied hens. Okay, the market is open. We're gonna use candied hens this time for shadow farming. Which is a Prisma cell for? 49? I jumped through all those holes and you tell me that the Prisma cells were about the same as the vines or as the flutters or anything. Oh, right, I can sell this one over here to... I need to make another market link. Warp tech. I need pink plots to do another market link. Congratulations, get fed. Okay, it's nighttime, which means we can check the night market. That be the night guard! He's in a Freddy mask! Yar! Be the night guard! Man, that's a dated reference, but it's stuck in my head now. Hey, I know you just went Gordo, and I know that's your favorite food, so give me double plots, thank you. Eat it. Eat. Don't just stare at it, eat the thing. I need like 2 more pink plots. Alright, we're done. The things I do for the economy. I have another message. If it's from Moki, it can wait. Lol. Ads arriving in 55 seconds, but we're about to do nothing but busy work. I need 15 coins for a regen module or an ejector module. I have 7. Well, we're definitely going to have time to get these, aren't we? By which point I would have accumulated critical mass of resources. Shadowplot is 37. Understandable given how easy it is to amass those, I guess. There we go, put a few of those in. Warp Tech, market, thank you. We need the new bucks. Resource-wise, we are absolutely fine to make the last 2 drone stations, although we're about to get another drone station module from GG, so we have enough resources for 3 more drone stations. Behold my chickens. Okay, you have some chickens. By the way, I found out these guys can actually fly just high enough to get out of their enclosure when they get upset. Okay, that's enough chicken from there. Okay. Now we just sleep, and then I just run into those 2 areas and we see if it gives us money. Okay, Beatrix, time to wake up from your coma. Fastest one to check if that did work is over here. Well, here are all my resources. There's all my money. I need to check if it's done that to both of them, or if it's just one. By the way, that will absolutely shred my energy, but we're still fine for it. If I set foot in this zone over here and we get more money, then it works, and we just have to be careful of food. We just have to worry about food. Look at my money now. Oh! As I almost fought to my death. Marwol has managed to solve the financial crisis by printing more money. It's not how you solve a financial crisis, by the way. That's actually... counterintuitively, that's one of the worst things you could do. Why am I doing this by hand? Hold on. You, change your plans. Change to... fruit. From gardens to the auto feeders. Thank you. Drop the cargo. Now we just have to go stock up the food in the other one, and we're good to go. Actually, I need to stock it with food, then I need to sleep a few days. Then we need to pick up a bunch of twin plots. Then we're good to go. Ooh, we might not be able to sustainably do 3 over here. You can... I can't make it do chickens from coop because I think it will devastate them. I can't do outside plot because that's going to devastate them. Plots from plot collectors into... Actually, do plots pre-range into the refinery. Because then the ones you're about to drop, you're just going to immediately throw into... Oh, I guess it will go into the enclosures and get them, but it's kind of not the big deal here. Right, back on track. We need to make a drone. Then we need to get the fuel for that drone so we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the stream. I don't have enough flutter plots for 2 drones. That's fine. We will eventually. I love how much resource just appears. We are generating royal jelly somehow. I think it is just randomly being given to me from either Central or from Magma, but we're getting it, so we don't need to go to Dream outside of getting Dream Bubble. And I don't particularly care about getting Dream Bubble, I don't think. So that means in the time that we're still here... all I need to do is tell it to start getting me that aqua glass thing. Oh, I wonder if I still have that bug where it doesn't tell me the resources it can gather. I probably do. If I do, you're about to see what I mean. If I don't, then I guess you won't see what I mean. and I'll have to very awkwardly explain it. The fastest way to put down the drone I care about is... we go through the Twilight Places gateway that links into the start of the pipe area. From there we just put it down because we know there were 2 pickups at the beginning. And then fuel it, leave. Oh, fuel it and then we can go hit the last bell. And then see what GG wants from me. Also, I think it would be very funny once we put that drone down to see how much I have in the quantum zone. Because honestly, the fact that you can sleep and it will like still generate everything you're missing means I could have skipped some of my farming once I set everything up properly, but... or correctly. But what I did instead, because I needed chickens and things to definitely generate, was I would just Alt-tab, I would go do something else, and occasionally I'd tab back in to make sure I didn't have a tar. Which is why you might notice there's a bit of a number discrepancy with the Flutter tangles. Because a Dervish Tangle got out, ate something, the Flutter Tangle then grabbed it with the vine and ate it, and it tarred, I think, 1, maybe 2 of the creatures. Crafting material, aqua glass. Generate crafting material, please. Quantum cloud, we have, we're good for days. We're actually just good for days. Look at that. 61 wild honey. 85 of, like, rare resources. Sun cap is at 1. Strange diamond. There's an unknown thing here, but we can tell by the list here that this is the vegetable I just haven't found. And then fuel. $160 stack put it over 500%, and if you remember the ones that were 500% earlier, they're now down to like 300. This one's running low, but also I don't care because it's doing food. So that's the one we keep running to, that I think handling all of the, yeah, it's all these fancy ones. So that one is really easy to refill. But enough about that. Let's go. I could go shoot those shadows. I should shoot those shadows. There's still a thunderclock here? Wow, okay, sure. No. If I want more shadow plots, we get shadow plots somewhere else. Like the last bell area. And we're already generating that aqua glass. Love to see it. I should probably try to get a full stack of Prisma before I go visit Gigi. I was going to say, but that requires an area to be prismatic on the way there. That's not the right plot. Oh, I wish the prismatic unstable ones look different. That's unstable. Come on, give me the shiny things. Okay, looking for another... No. I guess I don't get a choice in that one because it took my upwards velocity at the same time. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna run for the gateway and hope. Okay, we're at 30, which is definitely a nicer number than 20. I think my ramble during the credits is going to have a lot to say about how much this area needs to be redone. Right. So shadow plot farming is basically a case of once you get access to this sort of area, you're fine. Where have I not rang a bell? Oh, magma. We didn't find the one in magma. It just occurred to me that we tried to look at magma very quickly and then went, actually, let's go to terrarium. So we're going to go to magma. Magma, we can hop to terrarium. Terrarium, we can very quickly hop back out to... I'm going to call it main pass. No. Core pass. There we go. From core pass, we then obviously get to GG. So, once again, keep your peepers peeled. We are hunting for a door. As soon as I'm done with these... See, like... What was this? I come here and there's only like one... I don't even care. I just wanted the water. I didn't want the rest of it. I would hazard a guess that the door I'm looking for is in that main central area. Here. Right, it is, because it's like up in a magma area with a door that I need to do shadow things for. It's not here, it's... God, I hate how this is laid over itself. It's like here, I think, or here, might be here. I know the area I'm talking about, and I'm the one in control, so I will be able to find it. It's here. Thank you for running out of energy. There. What do you mean blocked? Put it down. Okay, assuming it is one per area. We've done here, here, here. Pretty sure we rang here. We've done terrarium. Let's go check the central core. Go as fast as you can, Labo. I need you to actually sprint faster. Again, I still need to replay more Slime Rancher 1 to figure out if they really did shift the regen scaling off of your max energy and make it into, hey, by the way, you need to now buy upgrades for it to justify that. I still have the sneaking suspicion I'm right on that one. That as you gained more energy, the time to refill your max energy did not change. If it would take 3 seconds at 100, it would take 3 seconds at 200. Whereas this game, it seems to be a case of it doesn't change. So 3 seconds at 100 is like 5 seconds at 200. Those times are not accurate, but they're just for like example. If I'm right in that admittedly slightly paranoid idea, that's not great. If I'm wrong, and it is a case of like, yeah, no, it never scaled, you're just imagining things, you're insane, that's on me. I definitely shot this one because I distinctly remember trying to get the port back. I think I shot them all. At the very least, I'm about to get 3 more coins. I just have no idea if I've done everything I need to do for that. Because there doesn't seem to be any difference anywhere. Nothing immediately screamed out, hey look, you've solved the puzzle. You're kind of like Llama Lana if you don't get the horn. With the harmonizers activated and your help, you can stabilize the Prismacore. Emitting a chaotic array of energy waves seem to take the form of the color in our world, but it's out of sync in a way that runs, so we're coming. When directed the Prismacore into... okay, so we have to do something with the bells? Okay, what do you need me to do? We're gonna fill tar in the room and destroy everything unless we do something. Destroy all the tar before they destabilize the Prismacore and take us down with it. Normally water can't exist here for long, it turns to glass, but the harmonizers resonate through the water that flows here. Grab it while you can and wipe out the tar. Rigged a hydro shower above the Prismacore. It needs enough to build up enough pressure to be used, so to do that, pack it full of slimes. So this is a final boss fight against tar. I'm going to prepare. We actually are going to finish this game today. Assuming this is a final boss fight. Oh, I see. That's why that was there. First I want you to pay me. Okay, she's given us everything that's large. So now it's just for the coins. Are we ready? Are we ready to finally be done? If this is the end? This I fill with slimes and then... yeah, okay. This is it. Yeah, that's true. What you need me to do... destroy the tar. What if things get out of hand? There's the top. Am I ready? Let's do this. Wait, hold on. I need water to fight tar, and you took my water as well? Oh, that is a giant... oh, this is gonna be easy. It's find the tar and then shoot it. The only issue is keeping my water count high. Come on, where are you? Oh no, what an easy fight. It's not even jumping at me. And it takes so long to appear. I have so many thoughts about the end sequence. The entirety of the Great Labyrinth is just... I'm gonna go on a ramble like I've never rambled or ranted before. Okay, for a final boss theme, this is actually pretty good. The discordant tar theme that I've hated the entire game actually works here, because it has other instruments with it, and it sounds good. Is that a tar vortex? Why would you introduce it so late? Also, it's just occurred to me I can just look at the Prismacore and it will show me where the next tar is. Because it will do a light beam to it. Oh, my angle is way off. That's what I get for trying to be lazy. Again, I have no health upgrades and we don't even have the energy recharge stuff, but here we are. That was an easy boss. Aha! We formed a tar barrier. Use the hydro shower? Oh, so now I actually do need to... What, were you worried that it'd be too easy otherwise? You're like, how do we lengthen this even more? How many do I need? Oh, not many. Is there a chicken in here? That's not a slime, so no. I need 2 more slimes. This bit of the fight is more interesting. The first phase, absolute snore. Gonna hazard a second guess that I need to have both of these powered and ready. Wait, it does that little damage? I have to sit here and do this much? I'm gonna rip this game apart, I swear. Hello, I would like another slime. Thank you. Kess says we're going to be done with Grindfest 2. Really fitting you make that joke with Grindfest 2 when... Look at how much this doesn't do to the giant tar barrier. We're going to be here for ages. This is the pinnacle of artificial lengthening. Wait, are they universal? Like, if I fill one, does it also fill the other? I might as well just run around with this out, honestly. Yep, it's universal. There's nothing I can say. This is gonna take years. Unless I can... I don't think I can do anything directly to the thing. Oh, I see. I can remove the barrier and then we can just pump shots into it. Okay. So it was taking longer for reasons of me not realizing we could, once the barrier was down, deal damage to it. I feel like you should allow me to do chip damage anyway, and then let me do the improved damage when the barrier's down. But honestly, we did it. Help GG stabilize the Prismacore and save Rainbow Island. We are a true hero. And then the fact that all my resources came back at the last second. Come over so we can talk. How about I don't, and I have a look at my achievement list, and then 2% of players managed to stabilize the Prismacore. Half of the people who entered the Prismacore have managed to stabilize the Prismacore. But only 1.4% of players, so 0.6% less than the people who've, quote, beaten the game if this is the end. Only 1.4% of players have made 5 drones. Very beautiful area, by the way. I actually really do like how this has changed. I'm gonna guess I talk to you here rather than in person. Take a long time for the line to fully heal. The effects will stop, but Rainbow Island, it's been saved. Hooray, we're a hero. Okay, so you're telling me after this entire game, after having GG on the other side of glass hidden away in a room, I think I mentioned that, like, I'm not surprised, or I mentioned something to the effect of, like, of course we can't see GG, we didn't see any human beings in the first game, we just spoke to them through the Ethernet connection that is, well, the phone line. Ethereal connection, not the Ethernet connection. Oops. But we're not even going to end the game with being able to see GG. Sometimes our journeys take us away from our friends and those we love. How do you manage it? Oh, I just started to sell things to the military-industrial complex. Why are we getting philosophical with Gigi all of a sudden? I know it's to try and cheer her up because she's really despondent and doesn't know what to do with herself anymore. Travel safe and get out of here. Do I have an ending cutscene? Or is that it? Slime Rancher 1 ended with a cutscene. I hope when I sit through that door I get a cutscene. We go straight to credits. Let's say, I actually do really like how this room has changed. It's very pretty. Let's get the good things up front first. This is... I've heard a lot of people say this is basically Slime Rancher 1 with extra steps, and it is. If you like Slime Rancher 1, it's good. It's great. You get more slimes. You get more places to go. You get more interesting things to do. It's basically like a really strange expansion standalone of Slime Rancher 1. Where the problems start to manifest is... there is a lot, or there are a lot, of things that fight with themselves. The Gordos are great. They're fine. They work the same as they did in the first game. But having one Gordo require you to get a food that spawns at a certain time. Admittedly, you only need, I think it was 10 or 15. But that's probably the first indicator that what you're about to start dealing with is going to be really annoying. Navigating through the Grey Labyrinth is a constant battle of where do I actually need to go? And do I really need the shadow plots to do it? If I need the shadow plots, I need to find shadow slimes that will dodge multiple times, sometimes won't take the hit registration, and only drop one shadow plot until I get an upgrade that I can only get by reaching GG in the Prismacore and then getting coins and then buying the upgrade. Or she gives you the upgrade, one of the two. But that's a lot of footwork and a lot of RNG and a lot of then effectively luck unless you can bully them the way that I did into walls and just empty 50, 60 things at them to get maybe 10, 15, 20 shadow plots. A lot of busy work for all of that. The actual ranching takes such a backseat for pretty much, I'm gonna say 80% of the Grey Labyrinth, that the Grey Labyrinth doesn't really feel like I'm playing Slime Rancher. It feels like I'm doing some other game, but someone was adamant that it should be part of Slime Rancher. Add on to this that after you've done the exploration, you then need to go and re-explore. Pretty quick, I'll admit, we did it in 2 hours, kind of. You need to re-explore to find the harmonizers to then, we're gonna get to the boss fight soon. We'll get to that in a minute, but we're gonna keep talking about like the entirety of the Grey Labyrinth on the whole. You have to get Prismaplots, which require you to find, unless you build the item that tells you where they are, but you have to find a prismatic area. You then either feed or wait for a slime to eat an unstable food source, and then you get a single prisma you get an unstable plot per thing they eat. There's no way to get more of them outside of doing that. I don't think you can tell a drone to generate them. We will check that very quickly by going back in and looking at the drone in the central area for the Grey Labyrinth. But you're then having to rely on 2 aspects of RNG. One for the shadow plot, to be able to find the shadow slimes in the first place, which you could argue you do that with slimes anyway. Oh, how nice. This giant plot problem we'll get to soon. We'll get to that in a second. I have a huge issue with the plot. The whole Prisma thing and everything else is just... I would go look at some hunter slimes, they cheer me up. So you had to do all of that to get the unstable plot. You then have to not get hit, and then quickly find either a standard gateway, which I'm pretty sure if I did more of the shadow plot things... let's finish the Prisma thing. There may be a thing I can put down that makes that little wheel that stabilizes the unstable plots for me. But the problem is, we need the shadow plots for that. Again, I'll get back to those in a second. Or, if you don't have that ring, you need to find an RNG-placed, timed thing in the air that is slightly hard to miss. Only because most of the areas it appears in, it stands out because it's a golden area, but it's still a case of it randomly appears, it's time-based. Oh, I guess they're all a bit mad. Hold on. They all eat meat. There we go. Now they're not going to keep trying to escape. Back to the point. So, RNG to get a Prisma Zone to then get unstable plots that will randomly, I think it's timer based, will escape your inventory, but also will escape your inventory if you take damage, to then find a randomly placed thing in the air. Way too much RNG in that one alone. Either have it be, well, it makes sense to have it be the weather-based thing or the Prisma thing. But the only way to have it constant as to where you can go to get these Prisma plots, this is where we lead back to the shadow plots, is you then have to find any of these, which is 25 to 100 shadow plots, to then either get a decoration or an upgrade or that placeable gadget that's probably going to be the one of these rings. So we're now on the shadow plots, we're now going for luck, because you have to find the shadow, hit it, hope it doesn't dodge multiple times in a row, hope it does give you the plot. We'll assume for this purpose you now have the thing that gives you 2 shadow plots every time you hit them. If you aren't going to use the room, or you haven't yet done the harmonizer thing, in which case you probably run up here and then go everywhere else, you don't really have an easy way to guarantee finding shadows. If you do have the harmonizers, you can just run to the bells, presumably, and then farm the shadow plots from there. So that does take some of the edge off eventually. But if you haven't got that far, it doesn't. Because you're then still having to run around and find 25 of these things to unlock them, of anywhere from 25 to 100. My inventory caps out at 60. We haven't got to 70 yet, and I then have to get 2 more things out of that to carry the full 100. So that means you're doing, at minimum, way more than 25 trips for any of these, because some of them you won't be able to do in one go. That is a lot of busy work, a lot of grind, and a lot of running around, and potentially a lot of RNG to do maybe some sort of reward. Now, you can gauge maybe what you'll get based off of how many shadow plots you use. For example, the one that was gear was 100 plots. It's like, oh, this better be something good because it's 100 plots, and the room behind it is actually really good because it gives you all the shadow plots you need. But there's still the issue of find them, get them, and maybe you'll get the thing you need to then make the other thing of the Grey Labyrinth easier. Which is a horrific way to handle any of this, and makes the Grey Labyrinth an absolute chore. It is gross, I don't like it, and it's really frustrating, because the areas here are really cool and interesting. I love the Dreamland, I love the aesthetic of it, I love the Slumber Slimes, I love all the slimes here, even the Hyper Slime, which is a bit of a pain in the ass to look after. They're all... Pipe Dream is annoying to move around, but it's interesting to see, like, a hydroponic section where you can run around on the pipes. Even this has redeeming sections to it. But it's the mechanics that are introduced in just the Grey Labyrinth that are just dragging the whole thing down. The boss fight, we're going to hold off on the plot for a second again, because I have issues with that one. The boss fight... The first phase is a complete nothing, because you can, as I ended up doing at one point, stand in one place with a full set of water and just shoot the slimes as the giant tower as they appear. The giant tower are not a threat. The whirlwinds they make are not a threat. There is no threat in that first section. You could argue, well, if they make other tower slimes, then you're going to have a problem. I have no issue in that first phase at all. I took some hits because I wasn't paying attention, but otherwise we were just fine. We just kept moving. Second phase. I'll admit it took me a little bit too long to realize that once you do the Hyper Sprinkler at the top, you can then just shoot the slime in the middle to deal more damage. But the only thing I'll say to my defense is, it really should let you do chip damage to go, hey look, you have the right idea, but not the right execution. You do need to shoot this thing in the middle, but not right now. And then when you use the big thing that makes it rain, and you then shoot the middle, it deals more damage, you go, oh, I see. So I need to definitely use the big sprinkler to weaken the thing in the middle to then make it take full damage. Instead, what we have is you don't deal any damage to the thing in the middle, which gave me the impression we cannot just shoot this thing with water. We have to use the sprinkler, which deals chip damage. Chip damage, for anyone who's not aware of the term, it normally refers to things like fighting games, where if an enemy blocks, you deal very minuscule damage compared to what you would deal if they didn't block. Hence, you chip off health slowly, you chip damage. The giant tar slime on phase 2, also not that much of a threat, because we were running around and it takes just 6 slimes to get the thing to rain, and then we could have dealt with that much faster. Credit where credit is due. I appreciate that they did try to make the tar slimes into some sort of boss fight. I was expecting something different, I guess. And the execution on it, I think, needs to be rethought, because there's, again, not really much challenge. Granted, again, this is a game about ranching slimes, so there probably shouldn't be too much challenge, because most people who are playing this probably aren't the sort of people who would appreciate a tough boss fight, or having to do that sort of a thing with a fight. But if you're gonna try it, don't half-bake it. It is a different way to try and end the game than Slime Rancher 1, where it was kind of in the same vein as you run around. I believe in that one you had to get 3 Mosaic, 3 Tangle, 3 Dervish. You then had to put them all into the statues. Oh, so you had to get the plots. So 3 Dervish plot, 3 Tangle plot, 3 Mosaic plot. Put them into the statues, which would then, I think, give you a water font that you could then use to water a plant to make areas of the Crystal Desert safe. And then once you did this enough, you would then get access to the portal at the end, which apparently has been retconned by this game. This is how we're segueing into the plot. 2 large issues with the plot. The first one. This started out with, we have received a random letter in a bottle. Beatrix has gone to go visit the Rainbow Isles. And that's fine, you know, it makes sense. She's always on the look for adventure. She's received an invitation that maybe we should go look out at this strange land that's not like anything we've seen before. So we go out, we look at the strange land, we do things, and we find the GG logs, and it slowly unravels that, hey, look, there's something weird going on in this place, and we need to try to stop it. That's fine. Where it falls apart is that the game then becomes, hey, my name is Gigi, I know you as a hero, but the game is now going to point me as being the hero, even though I've not really done anything apart from stabilize the Prismacore after you've done all the work. There is no resolution for Beatrix in this. It immediately just becomes a vehicle for Gigi and how Gigi's story resolves and how Gigi's thing ends. Which isn't intrinsically a problem in and of itself, but like, what is Beatrix doing now? Is Beatrix just like, hey, look, cool, I helped you with the Prismacore, I'm gonna go back to the ranch? If that is the case, it would be nice to have that sort of as part of the cutscene, of like, Beatrix went back to the ranch and is on the look for new adventures, and then like, curious to see where it goes. Instead, it is entirely on Gigi, or just staring at the map, which is probably not that great to look at. Beatrix functionally doesn't matter for the plot, outside of, I need you to go and do all the busy work of go hit the bells, bring me the plots, and then fight the tar. And then Slime Rancher 1, it was a case of, welcome to the ranch, go find out why Hobson Twilga has disappeared. And then eventually it turns out that he went on one last grand tour of everywhere, reminisced of everything, and then went to go be with the love of his life, Thora West. And then we in the Crystal Desert go ahead and go step into what is going to be the next adventure, but again, that gets retconned for Gigi. Gigi's presence seems to have wiped out anything to do with Beatrix when it matters. The second issue I have, which is an issue I have with a lot of time travel things, and is one of those, like, pet peeves of mine. There is now no reason for Gigi to exist. If we have managed to fix the Prismacore problem in this time, then there is no reason for Gigi to then travel back in time in the future, and she won't have the infection of the Prismacore to be able to stabilize the Prismacore here. So we're in, like, an alternate timeline, I guess? In which case, she now exists now, and then she went to go meet her grandparents, who intrinsically knew who she was, because it would be weird otherwise, I guess. And then her story, they explicitly said that Gigi has been, like, Gigi's mother, I'm gonna call her Dora. Dora heard stories from Thora about Gigi's heroism in saving the Prismacore, not about Beatrix. Remember that Gigi said to us when we met Gigi, hey, I heard about you, you were a hero. No, apparently that's now Gigi. Gigi is now the hero. Gigi's story gets told to Dora, and then Dora tells it to Gigi. Which is a really weird through line. They've tried to do something really, really scuffed with the story here, and it's just not panned out. It's half-baked. Like the Grey Labyrinth. Like the Quantum Drone. I haven't touched the Quantum Drone, but I've got issues with that one too. Everything pre-Grey Labyrinth, apart from the Gordo of Flutter, the Flutter Gordo, that's the only issue I have pre-Grey Labyrinth. Everything Grey Labyrinth needs to be put back into the oven and watched with an egg timer, because there is rough parts all over the place. It needs more work. The plot is shotgunned into a slime, and then the slime has gone, and then made a plot, and that plot's unstable. Beatrix needs to have some sort of resolution, I guess. That one might be down to personal preference. That might just be an issue I've got with the fact that she's now got no agency in the story past, like, or she has no resolution or anything like that. And Gigi's whole thing is, suddenly she's the center of everything and is the hero and is here, but the timeline travel stuff doesn't quite work. You can argue that it's because she's gone through, like, quantum things and now both does and doesn't exist, which wouldn't be the first game I've seen do that. The first game I think I've seen ever try and pull that off as an explanation as to why the timeline does and doesn't work is 5 days, what is it? The Chazot Mythos is the name of the series. That one, spoilers, as light as I can give it, there's a character who finds a knife that allows them to, die, but because they're the one that used the knife on themselves, they can exist in and out of reality as they wish. So then they are removed from timeline, they're removed from the existence, but they can will themselves to join whatever. It's a really weird thing to explain, and the entire reason how it works is a little bit too graphic and horror for this sort of a game for me to explain, and as I like to try to keep the swearing out, I'd like to try and keep that sort of thing out of this as well. But if she has fixed the Prismacore, if there is no reason for her in the future to not trust corporations, to not fix the Prismacore because the Prismacore is fixed already, there is no reason for her to travel back in time. There is no way to send the bottle. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here that the way that she sent the bottle to us is the same way that she managed to set up all the quantum stuff, i.e. she used a quantum bottle, the quantum bottle arrived to us. Thank you, Aquaglass. Keep on giving me the resources while we watch my happy little hunter slimes. She should not be. There is one singular Gigi now that it's kind of sad that she doesn't get to go see her mother again. And they try to sort of have their cake and eat it with the, well, she can't go see her mother again, but at least she can meet her grandparents and go on a grand adventure. But again, it's like, she wouldn't be here. We fixed the Prismacore. It would have made a little bit more sense if she was like, hey, look, I'm going to fix the Prismacore, but I'm not quite sure what's going to happen to me, and that fixing the Prismacore made it so that she phased out, and then the ending side was like, I remember a story of this Beatrix, the hero, and her friend Gigi, and then it was like, oh, I guess Gigi was named after, like, who helped us do the Prisma, but again, the story just gets completely hijacked in favor of Gigi, which, yeah, the whole thing just tangles up at the end of just like, this one thing leads to this other problem, and I hate it. Ads arriving in 50 seconds. I love how I've managed to ramble about how much I don't like this until then. The quantum drone thing I'm going to get to in a second, but I guess to cut down my ramble into a more like cohesive thing of, again, to repeat it again, Beatrix needs to have some sort of resolution or some sort of part of the ending. Gigi is just a giant paradox at this point. It's a fun little cute slime game. You're not supposed to look into it, Marwol, but at the same time, you've got the time travel here, you've got her going around, you've made the big points of they're all here, like, she's the hero, Beatrix was supposed to be a hero as well, but apparently the focus is Gigi. And now she's gone off on adventure, and it's what it is. Thank you, new message at the comm station. I know it's Moki, I don't care. We're already on a down mood at the moment. Yeah, everything is just, it needs work. So, during the ad break, we're gonna go look at a different slime when I talk about the quantum drone. Let's go look at the... It's daytime, we can go look at the cottons and the tabbies. Quantum drones, my issues with them. Or my issue, actually, it's singular. Because as I've got to use them and as I've used them... So as I got to use them and learn more about them, my issues have slowly diminished because I've realized why things are the way they are. Get back in there. Get back in there. That's 5? That's 5. Okay. Let's stand here and look at these guys. Quantum drones. I completely understand why they had to change how drones work from the first game. First game, you water a drone once, and it keeps on going for however long. Using plorts to fuel drones, good, very nice. It adds the ranching side of things as an actual loop into the drones. It's nice, I love it. The overcharge mechanic is quite nice. It means you can't waste plorts. You can just throw as many plorts in as you want. It'll keep going for as long as it can. And it'll actually... There's an incentive to throw more plorts in than you need because they work faster and they work for longer. So that's great. I like it. The fact that it generates resources, great. So much of a headache. So much headache has been prevented from the fact I can just find where I need to put a quantum drone, tell it to get resources, and it will generate those resources for me. I think it will do the same for plorts in the wild. I never tried plorts, but it might. If it does do that, very handy for dealing with getting some of the more difficult plorts, but at that point, you might as well just do the actual ranching of Slime Rancher. Where the cracks start to form on a quantum drone is purely in the ranching mode. I would really prefer, I would love so much if I could have the quantum drones who outside the ranch will add things to the quantum cloud, if the ones inside the ranch can also put them into the quantum cloud. It would be so much easier and so much less of a headache if we could have quantum inside and outside. Now, part of the reason why I think they've done this is so that they can justify having all the gadgets of, like, here's the market link, market link and refinery, so you could just, we'll just tell it to go here. But you also wouldn't need these two, necessarily, if you have the drones and they go to the link. They go to the quantum cloud. You can carry these yourself if you want to. If you're out in the field like I have been, you have the refinery link, you put it down, and then you wait 1 minute. You throw things into the refinery. I kind of don't get why they've decided to put a timer on it. I'd rather I just put it down and we're fine, but mechanics are what the mechanics are. The anglers are about to go volatile. Hold on, let's wait until morning. But otherwise, the only issue I really have with the quantum is I can't throw things into the quantum cloud if they're inside of here, inside of the ranch. Hello, it's... I was gonna say, it's 6 AM. I think that's it. I think those are my only issues with Slime Rancher 2. Again, I want to preface... I did preface, but I want to repeat. Everything before Grey Labyrinth is great. I really enjoyed looking around, finding the new slimes, finding new areas. The secrets are different in the way they work in this game. They're not all guaranteed to be upgrades, which is fine. You know, you got all the decorations. Some people want to spend the time and have like a really cute, pretty looking ranch. I think it's very clear from my playstyle that I like to go efficiency, money, get it done, go explore. Find the slimes, bring them back, make cute combinations, go out, get more. My loop is focused on the slimes and trying to minimize not going and finding slimes, not going and exploring. Not so much on, my ranch looks really pretty, look at it. I mean, case in point, I now have, I think it's 3 areas where I just let the chickens free roam so I can have more chickens so I can feed to things or just throw into whatever. I'm gonna have these chickens go have a bath. Once you hit Grey Labyrinth, it's just what it is. I don't like it. I think it needs to be rethought, reworked. I think there needs to be a lot of quality of life improvements. There are some that I've mentioned that I'm surprised aren't in this game. For example, being able to have multiple stacks of the same type of plot. I don't know why that's not a thing. Programmatically, I can't even figure why you wouldn't do this. You know, when I say programmatically, I mean in case of, like, actually coding this. I don't know why you wouldn't. Because, a little bit of nerd talk. I'm assuming each of these is an array or a vector, but we're going to say array because function this array, vector, list, who cares about the actual like, specific of it. It's all the same concept. This array should be the same as this array, this array, this array, this array, this array, and they should all be able to take whatever I want to put into them. Instead, what we have is whatever you pick up is assigned to the first empty one. That's fine. Once that is full, it no longer puts it into any of the other ones. So if I pick up, say, 60 wet water plot? Puddle plot. If I pick up 60 puddle plots, it will then not try to put it into another puddle plot, or into another thing. If this is a case of, well, what happens if you keep picking up the plots you don't want, let me toggle it on and off then. Let me have an option in the settings that's like, would you like to stack plots? Or have multiple same plot? Yes or no? Solved. People who don't want it, turn it off. People who want it, turn it on. And it wouldn't be that difficult to add in. Shouldn't be that difficult to add in. The energy stuff, I guess we're never going to look into because we have beaten the game. We'll look at the mail in a second, now that we're done with all the rambles and everything else. I think that was about 15 minutes, maybe 16 minutes of ranting about Slime Rancher 2. Congratulations, I managed to get all that off my chest. Kaz, by the way, said before we hit the final ending, we want a Bob cutscene. I would love to see a cutscene that has Bob in it. I think it would cheer me up. Kaz also said if Slime Rancher 3 is not about Bob, they're gonna riot. I have a sneaking suspicion Slime Rancher 3 is going to be about Gigi, not Beatrix. If there is a Slime Rancher 3. I think, judging by how long Slime Rancher 1 lasted, with the expansions and the content they added, it's probably going to be a while before we even begin to hear about maybe a Slime Rancher 3. Which is a good segue to say, I'm curious to see what side content they add to this game. Now, I'm assuming when I go to the messages, there'll be a message from Gigi and there'll be like a little loop. Or maybe there'll be a little bit of post-game, I don't know. We're gonna see. But we'll see now. Everyone has a message. There is nothing here from Gigi. Okay, Victor is giving me a gift. Great teleporter. Moki got me something. It's a tree. Ogden gave me some. This is another thing. Quickly hopping back to the plot. I'm surprised Victor didn't matter past giving me the projector. He had no input, nothing to say about, oh, Gigi is a real person. I'm hoping Thora has something to say. Okay, it looks like she has Gigi there. No, she has given me pink grass. And then Bob has given me the pinnacle of toys. So there doesn't seem to be a message from Gigi. We're gonna sleep and check there's nothing pending because it's been blocked by waiting for other messages to be read. Kaz also says, what a metaphor, they love it. Oh, with shotgun in the plot into a slime and then it produces an unstable plot. Yeah. And another thing I'll say in defense of the game, I never made this upgrade, which presumably would give me more information from the little research drones we found. So there's probably elements of the story I've not seen, not read, but from what I have seen, I don't think I want to. Just gonna keep on waiting a little bit because it looks like there isn't going to be a message. Okay, then that means the only thing left then is science. Let's go see if you can generate Prismaplots with the quantum drones. I don't think we can. If we can, that does alleviate a lot of my problem and concern for the whole Prismaplot loop. But we're gonna have to see. No. Pink, phosphor, rock, tangle, dervish, twin. Unless it will catch it all. Oh, you do get the royal jelly from the central area. Okay. Tell it to do plots. And then I'm going to... We're going to go home, we're going to sleep, and we're going to have a look. Because in theory, if it is picking up weather things, it should also pick up Prismaplot, but again, there's no guarantee. Oh no, my drone back at the ranch is empty. Whatever will I do? Give it up for day 97. Actually, we'll sleep for a few days. We have a new message at the comm station. And that's it. Okay. We have 30 twin plort, 5 tangle plort, dervish, pink, phosphor. Nothing about... nothing about shadow, nothing about prisma. So those ones you have to do the legwork for. Speaking of legwork, I need to go put the resources into the bag, into the refinery. I think we're good for aqua glass. Somehow. Yeah, we just invalidated a lot of the material grind. The only material I never got through drone was jellystone. Now, you know, now that all the frustration is out in the open with regards to Slime Rancher 2, I want to preempt something. It is probably very easy to say that most of my issue with the game comes from not wanting to engage with mechanics like the shadow plots or the prisma plots. And I will accept that criticism as probably true. Because honestly, yeah, finding the shadow slimes annoying, frustrating. Eventually it gets a lot easier because you do get the upgrade to get 2 plots at once. You do get the, you know, this one. And then you do get the, what do you need for the next thing? I could make the next one straight away. I just need to the royal jelly isn't that rare. So I could have 30% faster rate. Is it actually that useful? 15? That's actually a noticeable improvement. Yeah, shadow slimes eventually get a lot easier to handle. The only one that's annoying is the prisma, but as I think I've done a few times, you could just go to an area that has a lot of slimes in it and just go around running after the poop, so the plots, and then just mass throw them into a thing. It's just that it's a lot to... When you first encounter it, until you realize how you could potentially make it easier. That, on top of make a lot more projectors, go do the light puzzles, go do all this other thing. Welcome to the final area. We're going to gate the progress behind gate after gate after gate. It kept breaking flow, it kept slowing it down, it kept being frustrating, and it just kept piling up. So, I will accept the criticism that maybe I'm being too harsh on the mechanics because of that. Especially when I've streamlined every other mechanic to be not really that much of a problem. Case in point, Strange Diamonds were stopping us from getting... Strange Diamonds and Wild Honey were stopping me from getting quantum drones en masse. The instant I put down a drone to get Strange Diamond, it was then just a case of go get Wild Honey, come back and do what you want to do. Which then trivializes all of that. Because you've literally just seen how much I have sat in quantum, not even just sat in the refinery itself. Like, 253 primordial oil plus whatever else, black indigonium, all the royal jelly. I could make a... If I threw the prism plots in, we could... You know? And again, some people will play this game and they will appreciate and they will quite enjoy doing things like, hey, I need to go get some prisma plots, I need to go get some shadow plots. I kind of like hunting them down and finding them all the time, but for me, It's... the shadow one at this point is nice, because it's just, oh, I need shadow, I can go get shadow. The Prisma hunting it down, even if you have the area that tells you where the weather effect is, that's just... I don't like it. Speaking of which, hey Shadow Boys. I don't think I'll ever soften my viewpoint on the story, though. That one I feel is justified. But we are done with Slime Rancher 2. There does not seem to be any post-game shenaniganery that we can do. Not that there was in Slime Rancher 1 outside of the content that got added after the game was released. I don't know when or if I'm going to revisit Slime Rancher 2 if they add more content. I think I would have to wait and see. We might leave it for like a long time, because I don't know how long it took them to add the other things in for Slime Rancher 1, but go back to crafting materials, please. I know where I want to go. I want to go this way. I know exactly where we're going to end the stream. Speaking of streams, I don't know what is going to replace the Sunday stream. I actually have no idea what we're going to be doing for a Sunday stream now that Slime Rancher 2 is finished. Just head down here. This is where we're going to end. Because, I said it before, I'll say it again. The aesthetic, the environment, everything visually and atmospherically in the Grey Labyrinth, I love. Just don't look too low below the surface. But we're free. So is Gigi. Gigi is also free. Everyone is free.